What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Evercrisis video. Alright guys, first I want to say thank you so much for all of your comments on the last video talking about the quote-unquote glitch. A lot of you guys are saying this has been going on for a while. Again, this is the first time I did it. There really isn't an advantage outside of collecting all of those tokens until the last day, of course, and then summoning it and seeing if you get lucky, and then trying to spend your stamina there. That's really the only big thing. Again, I said in the beginning, they probably won't care, they probably won't ban anybody, they probably won't even fix it, because really there isn't much to fix. Second, then thank you for obviously the replies about stamina. It's always cool to see the different sides of everyone's stories and how they feel about it. We're never all going to be on the same page, but one thing I do want to talk about is the event, the actual Sephiroth event. So I'm on my free-to-play account, and I'm going to show you guys kind of where I'm at, and I want to answer a few of your questions. So a lot of people are asking me, hey Payne, can free-to-play finish Crash Sephiroth? The answer to that is simply no. No. Free-to-play cannot finish Crash Sephiroth. That's why the co-op mode exists, and that's why if you play with some of your friends, you can simply get it done. I still got to go back and finish this one, to be honest, for the extra crystals. But we've got 4 days. Take advantage of the opportunity to jump in my Discord or any of your Discords that you guys are aware of that has this game going. Ask very nicely for 2 dolphins or whales to help you, or just, a mixed bag of both, and see if they can carry you through this to get yourself the icon. And I'm okay with this. There seems to be a lot of discrepancy here of whether free-to-play should be able to do this or not. This is not pay to win, guys. This is literally a red icon versus a green icon and just bragging rights. If this is pay to win to you, I'm sorry. I don't even know how to approach this topic with you anymore. But I will say this. A lot of people are also asking, hey Payne, can you finish EX Sephiroth 3 as a free-to-play? The answer to that is absolutely you can. I personally cannot. Okay? My account is not there yet. I can show you guys how I've built this fight and how to approach it, so I'll show you guys how I do it. But I am lacking a few major key things here. Number one is I lack DPS. Okay? So I have built a full Quake Arrow team, which is what you need. All right, but I don't have, and this is my own fault, I finally got the keys for it today because the Crisis Dungeon keys are reset. Now you get 3 today, right, on reset. I don't have Arrow Blow, which obviously would help Cloud with arrow damage, and I don't have any of the arrow weapons or Quake weapons except for Aerith, who has one of the staffs, which isn't good enough anyways because she's going to be too busy healing. So I don't have enough output on DPS to kill this fight, but I'm going to do it anyways with you guys just to show you guys how the fight works. The reason why you need Arrow and Quake in this fight is because it changes from the original fight. He no longer goes into all the different elemental phases where he's powerful on one element and then weak on another. He only has 2 major phases here, which is going to be Quake and Arrow, that he goes back and forth between once each, and then he goes into the Diamond phase, which is obviously built for the Killer Hornet banner, right? And I've already talked about this, and the arrow phase is built for Aerith's brand new weapon. So again, if you don't have an arrow weapon and a Quake weapon, which there aren't many Quake weapons right now anyways, I think that from the top of my head I can think of, you're not really going to do well. So I'm going to show you guys my build. Let's just do the fight together. I'll show you guys how far I can get, but this is absolutely doable by some free-to-plays. Like, I have made it a challenge account, so I'm not ready for it, but here you guys go. You guys have level 1 Quake. This is the wrong stats for her. You want magic attack, heal, or HP, right? But I've got this. Let's just enhance it. Let's just see how far we can go with it. I'll give it a real go. Okay, I'm not gonna screw around here. I'll give it a real try, just so we can see how far we can push this. So here's a level 5. We got heal, perfect. So that's not that bad. So let's upgrade. I need to do some more farming for materia. I'm waiting for the materia event to come up so I can actually farm with it as well too. So there is an upgrade to Quake Era. So we're gonna stop at level 5. That's good enough there because I'm running out of materials anyways. You guys can see here Sephiroth has a level 1 Quake. He's got a heal and HP one. Honestly, this needs to swap to magic attack for him. This probably would have been better on Aerith. No idea why I said it this way. I'm sure there's a reason behind it though. So let's go look at the filter. Sorry guys, I didn't prepare ahead of time here. I was actually making this build last night, I believe. Yeah, see, that's not very good. No, this one sucks too. Like, I'd rather have the percentage, obviously. So, whatever, we'll leave it on him. This is Quake Blow. And this is Quake Blow as well. This one has magic attack. So, I mean, we could put this in there, but it's a physical, right? So that kind of changes the aspect of how this is going to function. So we'll leave it on there for now. I've got Arrow and one of the sigils. Now with Arrow, I've got just magic attack. That's all. It's a very simple one. I've got his garb. I've got ice damage with diamond dust. I've got his torn wings there for the extra protection. I've got magic attack, HP for survival purposes, right? His stats are 4.5k. He definitely deserves to go higher, or needs to go higher than that. But again, this is just an attempt here. She's got 4.8k. Here's all the HP stuff on her. And then if we go over to Cloud, he's got 4.7k. He's got Quake Blow level 1. Again, magic attack. I think I've built a few more since then. I think that's why I've got all the things all screwed up here. So magic attack there. Physical attack here, but it's a very weak one. This is just regular Quake, but it's got physical attack. I mean, we can just give him this one for now. And then I've got... you know what? That's going to be too weak. Let's just give him something else. Hold on. Let's go with, sure, yeah, whatever. Okay, because you get 20% more attack there from the material, support material. Okay, and then I've got Cure here for him in order for him to be able to heal and help Aerith a little bit. So healing winds, diamond dust, and hellfire. Okay, again, not a very good setup, but if you have the proper arrow and if you have the proper quake hits, you can do quite a bit of damage here and take advantage of those two phases, right? But here, 121 versus 171. I'm going to show you. So while I do this, I'm going to tell you guys straight up now, I'm not disappointed in this event because of two reasons. Number one, it's Sephiroth. It's one winged angel Sephiroth. I've said this before. I would hate to know that we can beat the toughest opponent from the Final Fantasy VII world outside of his last form, obviously, as a free-to-play player with not just with ease, but just in general. I think this is something that's cool to have players be able to play with other players and get help to get the icons and beat him as a team. But as a solo player, as a free-to-play, I think it's okay not to be able to get this red icon. It's not the end of the world. Now, again, this EX3 version of him is absolutely beatable, and you guys can for sure get it done. So Pulse of the Planet starts off, right? So just save what you can here. Let your DPS do their DPS. Just go into quick defense mode. Not that it matters. Someone's going to go to 1 HP. In this case, it's Cloud. The reason why it's okay is because Cloud has Cure. He's going to cure himself as well. So it's, again, not a big deal. There you guys go. So now Shadow Flare is coming up, and it's not going to kill him this time, okay? So that's the more important thing to note. You're going to survive this phase. Now with Aerith, you're going to have to keep healing here because you need everybody to get back to pretty much full, okay? Because during this next phase, this is where you have to take advantage of the actual transition phase. So for those players who have the arrow weapons and the quake weapons, you might want to let Shadow Flare go off, to be quite honest. And this is a real thing. Here's Boundless Strength coming up, so make sure everybody's healed. Now here for Sephiroth, you can switch to manual, okay? And then give her this, right? And that way she'll survive it a little better. Now, if you had Mithril Rod, you could do Mithril Rod first and then cast that. That'll give you a high physical shield, okay? So you'll be able to survive it no matter what. Anyways, it'll just be more HP for you to have after that move is complete. So this part here, just do your usual. This is what I'm talking about, Wind Diffusion, okay? This is where you could just Quake Arrow or just any Quake weapon that you have and just allow yourself the opportunity to do as much damage as you possibly can with those moves, right? Because he does take a lot more damage with it. Look at that, 3.25k, where normally you'd be a lot less than that, right? He does cast Quake a few times, obviously heal through it, right? And here you could use Cloud to just give a heal here and there. Let's heal here, right? And then keep going with that attack. And again, you don't have to finish off that phase super quickly. You can just take advantage of the damage and do as much as you possibly can. So that's what I would recommend is you're gonna have to play those phases a little differently, okay? And the reason why that's so important is because in that phase he takes almost double the damage with the opposite element. So if you have the right setup, you can absolutely push this to a point where you may do enough damage to kill him off. I don't have the proper build or the proper setup for this, and I'm okay to say that. That's like, I'm not gonna be able to beat everything as a free to play, and I can totally accept that knowledge and be comfortable with my account because so far I've beaten everything as free to play except for, like, I'd say 5% of the game. That's Ramu very hard 1 and 2. Only thing I haven't finished. I guess I didn't get S+ on 2 of the very hard Crisis dungeons. But everything else has been absolutely doable. This is the only other event so far that I haven't beat. The Tonberry ones, I put out videos showing you guys how I beat it. It was easy, easy, easy. So don't worry too much about it, guys. Honestly, I think people are too obsessed with the concept of beating everything as a free-to-play player. And if I'm going to lose to anybody, I'm really freaking glad it's Sephiroth of all people. To be honest, like, how cool is that we actually get to fight this version of him, and we get to, like, watch him in action and be in awe of all the powers that he has, right? Like, it's so cool to me personally. I love it. I could not be happier with the outcome of this and how amazing they made him as an enemy. Like, what a challenge. What an awesome challenge mode. And I hope a lot of people agree with this, because I feel like we're all so hell-bent on being completionists, on getting 100% of this done, that we're forgetting, like, this is meant to be hard. Like, it's meant to be hard, right? This is a gacha game. This is the nature of the beast, guys. I say this a lot because I think a lot of people forget how gacha games are meant to function. They are meant to be paywall to some extent. It's how they make their money, right? This is why you can click the download button and play this game without spending a penny. Unlike, buying Final Fantasy VII Remake or, the new one that's coming out, where you're going to have to pay, $100 or whatever it is to play a full game, which obviously you can play at any time without any stipulations. It's your own time and your own space. But just keep in mind, guys, this is what makes gacha games. They're meant to be games where you are going to have to deal with, gatekeeping to some extent, whether it's financial or whether it's, stamina based, whatever the case may be. There you guys go. So yes, you can see I'm getting closer and closer now to dying. This is going to be, of course, this is how it all starts, right? I think I can get them like close to like 65% with the 121k. Some free to plays are actually close to 150, 160, 170k at this point from day one. I am a day 5 or 4 player now because I had to restart everything over again. I lost my account. But I mean, like I said, I've been using this as a challenge account. If I were to redo this, would I do it differently? Absolutely. If I knew Sephiroth was coming out, I would have made it more of an acceptable account where I got arrow blow and all these things all maxed out. But you know what? Totally okay with how it's been. And I have nothing to complain about. Okay, let's go give Sephiroth some HP. There we go. Go back to Aerith. Now you guys can see here he's doing boundless strength, right? This is where Cloud could heal a little bit more, I guess. Let's give him more heal. Sephiroth himself that. Okay, so he's gonna die no matter what at this point. Like there's no questions about it at this point. Octoslash is going to do way too much, and he's got too little bit low HP. That's another thing to keep in mind. You have to have at least like 6k HP to really survive that for a while. I don't have that. I have 4.5, so that's gonna obviously be a huge difference in me surviving and not, right? Even with Torn Wings, I won't survive if I don't have that much HP. So HP is going to play a massive factor here, guys, in regards to your survivability. That's why HP boost is so important as an R ability. And overall, that's why having those free OB weapons are so good from the Tonberry events, right? Because you get yourself, switch over to defense here. You get yourself the opportunity to boost your HP to a point where it becomes manageable and you can survive this. Let's break this first because we do no damage in this phase. Here, we just finish it off here. There we go. And just pull out as much damage as you can. So you guys can see here, I'm close to like, what, 65%? Like, not the end of the world. Not very good either, but hey, it's not bad. For somebody with way less strength, I'm okay with this. Okay, let's just do this real quick. Get everybody back up. I'll try to do Mithril Rod. I don't think it's going to matter at this point. He's got way too much imbalance strength now. Should be able to switch back on time. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Yeah, watch. He'll end up one-shotting Cloud here. Yeah, see? Like having, what 6.446k HP now. If I had Torn Wings, I would have been able to reduce that to about 5 point something. But obviously I don't have Sephiroth alive, and I didn't have enough HP in the first place. So, I mean, where are we at now? About 59, no, I say, like, let's just say 60%. We'll round up 60%. So 60% HP left at 121k. Okay? Level 1 materials, not the proper setup. I don't have the proper gear for this fight. I've finished the entire tower floor 50, right? Which is 181k. I beat Shiva very hard mode, which is 180 something K. But this fight is built different. Sephiroth is built different for a reason. So the CP is a little bit deceiving, because this here is not going to be the true story of what he actually does and puts out. Because if we look at all the things I've done so far to this point, let's just go here. Look at the CP difference in some of these fights, right? If I go to solo content and you go to, let's do, where is it, Battle Tower? Let's just show you an example here, right? Which I'll be doing more guides on, by the way. Some people have requested more guides on this one because people are stuck. But look at this. I beat B50, and that's 183. So that's another 13,000 more power and was beaten, right? If you look at the Summon Quest, beating Shiva at 113 KCP was a joke. It wasn't even hard, right? So this right here. And another thing to remember, 185. So 15 more thousand. The thing to remember with Sephiroth is you can't debuff him. That plays such a major role in every fight. Being able to debuff is critical to almost everything being successful in this game. If you can't debuff, everything's out the window, right? Because now you're just relying on raw power and raw stats, and that's what Sephiroth's all about, and rightfully so, because again, it is Sephiroth. So for those who are upset about it, I apologize. Obviously, as a gamer, it sucks to not be able to finish something that you really want to finish, but I think for those who really want to just get the icon, join my Discord or join any Discord. There are a lot of people running. I personally don't have the time to at the moment, unfortunately, because I'm super busy with my kids being sick, and I'm only taking a little bit of time to do this and work my full-time job. But I have an amazing community of players. I want to give a big shout out to all of you guys in the community who have been caring folks, who have been joining. Everyone's been super gracious about it, and it's been such a mature and incredible experience. If you want to join my Discord, it's free to join. Feel free to jump on any of my videos on the description section. There's a link there. Join the family. We're getting massive there, and it's been the most mature and pleasant experience I've ever had. So thank you to the folks on my Discord and the community. This is Pain, guys. I just want to show you the fight. If you have the proper arrow weapons and you have the proper Quake weapons, you can do way better than me. Again, it just requires proper build-up and proper setup. Minimum 5.5k HP on each character would be ideal, obviously. And then having the proper setup for materia and weapons, being Quake and Arrow, and taking advantage of those stages. If you can out-heal the Shadow Flare, push that all the way through with full damage, and you guys should see some pretty crazy results in comparison to what you saw there in my video, okay? All right, guys, this is Pain. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.